Time is the only resource you cannot get back once it is gone. Success does not come from luck. It comes from how you use every hour of your day. Every day you have 24 hours, and how you spend them determines your progress, your results, and your future. Productivity is not about doing more. It is about doing what truly matters. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear plan, focus, and energy that carries you through every task. Imagine ending each day knowing you gave your best and moved closer to your goals. In this video, I will show you practical, step-by-step ways to make every hour productive. You will learn how to manage your focus, your energy, and your time so you can consistently achieve results. If you are ready to take control of your day and achieve more in less time, then watch closely and apply each principle I share. Number 1, plan your entire day clearly before starting any task. Listen carefully, because this is where most people lose control of their life without even realizing it. You wake up without a clear plan. You move from one thing to another, and by the end of the day, you feel tired, but not satisfied. That feeling is not because you worked hard. It is because you worked without direction. A productive day does not begin with action. It begins with clarity. Before you touch your phone, before you respond to anyone, before you step into the noise of the world, you must sit down and decide how your day will be used. This is not a complicated process, but it requires honesty and discipline. You must ask yourself what truly matters today and what can wait. When you take a few quiet minutes and write down your plan, you begin to take control of your time instead of letting time control you. Now understand this clearly, because it will change the way you look at your day forever. Your 24 hours are limited, and once they pass, they never return. That means every hour has value, every minute has importance, and every decision shapes your future. When you plan your day in advance, you are not just organizing tasks. You are designing your life. You are telling yourself that your goals are important and your time deserves respect. Most people do not fail because they lack ability. They fail because they waste time without realizing it. They react to everything instead of creating a structure. When you plan your day, you move from reacting to leading. You stop being pulled by distractions and start moving with intention. Let me show you how this feels in real life. Imagine waking up and already knowing exactly what you will do in the first hour. You know when you will start your work, when you will take breaks, and what must be completed before the day ends. There is a sense of calm in that clarity. Your mind is not crowded with confusion. Your focus becomes sharper because you are not wasting energy deciding what to do next. Every action feels purposeful. You begin to move faster, think clearer, and stay consistent. That is the power of planning. It removes unnecessary stress and replaces it with confidence. Now here is something most people ignore, and it costs them heavily. Planning is not about filling your day with endless tasks. Planning is about choosing the right tasks. You must learn to identify what actually moves your life forward. Not everything deserves your time. Some activities may feel urgent, but they are not important. When you plan your day, you must separate what matters from what distracts you. This requires awareness and honesty. You cannot lie to yourself and expect results. You must be willing to cut out what wastes your time and replace it with what builds your future. That decision alone can change the direction of your life. Take a moment and think about your current routine. How often do you start your day without a clear structure? How often do you allow small distractions to steal your focus? It could be unnecessary scrolling, random conversations, or tasks that do not contribute to your goals. These small moments add up, and before you realize it, your entire day is gone. Planning your day acts like a filter. It protects your time and keeps you aligned with your purpose. When something tries to pull you away, you already know what you should be doing. That awareness gives you strength to stay on track. Now let me give you a practical approach that you can use starting today. At the end of your day or early in the morning, take a few minutes and write down your top priorities. Not everything, just the most important tasks that truly matter. Be specific and be realistic. Do not overload your list, because that leads to frustration. Focus on quality over quantity. Once you have your list, assign time blocks for each task. Decide when you will start and when you will finish. This creates structure and removes hesitation. When the time comes, you do not think, you act. That is how productive people operate. They reduce decision-making during the day by planning in advance. There is also a strong psychological benefit that you must understand. When you plan your day and complete your tasks, your mind experiences a sense of achievement. That feeling builds momentum. It increases your confidence and strengthens your discipline. On the other hand, when you move through the day without a plan, you often end with unfinished tasks and regret. That creates frustration and self-doubt. Over time, this pattern weakens your belief in yourself. Planning is not just about productivity. It is about building a strong mindset. It trains your brain to focus, execute, and finish what you start. Now, as you continue to practice this habit, something powerful begins to happen. You start to notice patterns in your behavior. You understand when you are most productive, when you feel distracted, and what kind of tasks require your full attention. This awareness allows you to refine your plan even further. You begin to place your most important work during your strongest hour. You protect that time because you know its value. This is how successful people operate. They do not leave their day to chance. They design it with intention and adjust it based on experience. And as you move deeper into this journey, you will realize that planning your day is not a restriction. It is freedom. It gives you control over your time, your energy, and your direction. You no longer feel lost or overwhelmed because you know exactly what needs to be done. Your actions become more meaningful. Your results become more consistent. And your days start to feel productive and fulfilling. This is where true progress begins, not with random effort, but with clear and intentional planning that guides every step you take. Number 2, wake up early and begin with focused, intentional actions. Let me speak to you directly because this is where your day is either won or quietly wasted. The moment you wake up sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up late, confused, and rushed, you are already reacting to life instead of leading it. But if you wake up early with a clear mind and a calm environment, you give yourself space to think, decide, and act with purpose. Early hours are quiet. The noise is low, and your mind feels fresh. This is the time when your focus is at its highest level. When you open your eyes and choose to rise with intention, you're making a strong statement to yourself that your time matters and your life has direction. Now understand this at a deeper level because it is not just about waking up early. It is about how you begin after waking up. Many people wake up early, but waste that time on meaningless activities. They scroll without thinking, they react to messages, and they let their attention get pulled in every direction. That is not productivity. That is distraction wearing a different face. The first actions you take in the morning must be intentional and aligned with your goals. You must decide in advance. This removes confusion and replaces it with clarity. When you know exactly what your first hour looks like, your mind stays focused and your energy stays directed. Let me break this down in a simple and practical way so you can apply it immediately. When you wake up, avoid jumping into noise. Give yourself a few quiet moments to become aware of your day. Sit up, take a deep breath, and remind yourself of what matters. Then move directly into a planned activity that builds your future. This could be reading something valuable, working on a key task, or preparing your mind for the challenges ahead. The key point is this: your first actions must be chosen, not accidental. When your actions are intentional, your results become consistent. When your actions are random, Your results become unpredictable. Now let me share an important insight that most people overlook. Waking up early is not about forcing yourself into discomfort without purpose. It is about giving yourself an advantage. When you wake up before the demands of the day begin, you gain control over your time. You are not rushed, you are not distracted, and you are not reacting to external pressure. You are in a position of strength. This creates a sense of calm confidence that carries throughout your entire day. You start to feel in control, and that feeling changes the way you approach every task. Your decisions become sharper, your focus becomes stronger, and your actions become more effective. Now think about the emotional difference between two mornings. In one situation, you wake up late, your mind feels heavy, your body feels rushed, and you are immediately trying to catch up. In the other situation, you wake up early, the environment is quiet, your thoughts are clear, and you move with intention. Which one gives you confidence? Which one allows you to perform at your best? The answer is obvious, yet many people ignore it. They choose comfort in the moment and pay the price throughout the day. Success requires a different approach. It requires you to make decisions that support your long-term growth, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. Now let me guide you into building a strong morning structure that actually works. Start by setting a fixed wake-up time that allows you enough space before your responsibilities begin. This is not about extreme changes, it is about consistency. Once you wake up, avoid delaying your start. Get out of bed with purpose, wash your face, drink water, and bring your body into an active state. Then move into your first planned task without hesitation. This could be a focused work session, a learning activity, or preparing your plan for the day. The goal is to engage your mind in something meaningful as early as possible. This creates momentum that carries forward. Now here is something powerful that happens when you follow this habit consistently. Your brain begins to associate early mornings with progress and achievement. This creates a positive mental pattern. You start to feel motivated to wake up early because you know it leads to results. Over time, this becomes part of your identity. You are no longer forcing yourself. You are simply living according to a disciplined system. This shift is important because lasting success is not built on temporary effort. It is built on consistent habits that become natural over time. Let me also address a common excuse that holds many people back. Some say they are not morning people. They believe they perform better at night and struggle to wake up early. While individual preferences exist, the real issue is often lack of structure and discipline. Your body and mind can adapt to a new routine if you give it time and consistency. The first few days may feel difficult, but with each day, it becomes easier. What matters is not your starting point, but your willingness to adjust and improve. If waking up early gives you an advantage, then it is worth the effort to make it a habit. Now, as you continue this practice, you will begin to notice changes in your daily performance. Your mornings will feel calmer, your focus will improve, and your productivity will increase. You will have more time to work on tasks without an interruption. You will feel less rushed and more in control. This creates a strong foundation for the rest of your day. When your morning starts with intention, your entire day follows that direction. This is how small changes create powerful results over time. And as you move forward with this understanding, remember that waking up early is not the goal by itself. The real goal is to use those early hours wisely. Every action you take in that time, it must move you closer to your goals and strengthen your discipline. This is where true growth happens, not in comfort, but in consistent and intentional effort that shapes your day from the very beginning. Number 3, set clear priorities and focus on high-value activities. Let me tell you something that may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is absolutely necessary for your growth. Not everything you do in a day has equal value. Some tasks move your life forward in a powerful way, while others simply keep you busy without real progress. If you treat every task the same, You will spend your energy in the wrong places and wonder why results are not showing up. This is where priorities come in. You must decide what truly deserves your time and attention before the day begins. Without clear priorities, your day becomes crowded with low-value actions that give the illusion of productivity, but do not change your situation. Now I want you to slow down and think about your daily routine in an honest way. How many things do you do that actually improve your future? And how many things are just habits that fill your time without giving you real returns? This awareness is the starting point. You cannot fix what you refuse to see. When you begin to notice the difference between high-value and low-value activities, you gain control over your decisions. High-value activities are the ones that bring meaningful results. They are often challenging, they require focus, and they push you to grow. Low-value activities are easy, comfortable, and often repetitive without real benefit. Now let me guide you through a simple method that can change how you approach your day. At the beginning of your day, or even the night before, write down everything you think you need to do. Then take a moment and evaluate each task carefully. Ask yourself which of these tasks will actually make a difference if completed. Which of these tasks will move you closer to your goals? And which tasks can be delayed, reduced, or removed? This process may feel uncomfortable because it forces you to make decisions. But this is exactly where your power lies. When you choose your priorities, you are shaping your results before the work even begins. Now here's where most people make a mistake, and I want you to avoid it. They create long lists and try to complete everything at once. This leads to stress, confusion, and incomplete work. Instead, focus on a few high-value tasks that truly matter. Give them your full attention and energy. When you complete these important tasks, you will feel a sense of progress that is real and satisfying. This is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters most. Quality of effort always outweighs quantity of activity. You must train yourself to focus deeply on what creates result. Let me take you deeper into the emotional side of this habit, because it plays a major role in your consistency. When you spend your day on low-value tasks, you may feel busy. But deep inside, there is a sense of frustration. You know you are not using your full potential. You feel tired without a sense of achievement. On the other hand, when you focus on high-value activities, even if they are difficult, you feel a different kind of satisfaction. You feel proud of your effort. You feel that your time was used wisely. This emotional reward strengthens your discipline and encourages you to repeat the behavior. Now, let us talk about focus, because priorities alone are not enough. Once you identify your high-value activities, you must protect your attention while working on them. This means reducing distractions and creating an environment that supports concentration. When you sit down to work on something important, give it your full presence. Do not switch between tasks. Do not allow small interruptions to break your flow. Every time you lose focus, you lose time and energy. Deep focus allows you to complete tasks faster and with better quality. This is how productive individuals operate. They respect their work by giving it full attention. Now here is an insight that will help you stay consistent with this approach. High-value activities often feel uncomfortable at the beginning. They require effort, thinking, and patience. Your mind may try to avoid them and push you toward easier tasks. This is a natural response, but you must not follow it blindly. Discipline means doing what is necessary even when it feels difficult. When you start working on a high-value task, give yourself a few minutes to settle into it. Once you begin, your mind will adjust and your focus will improve. The hardest part is starting, and once you move past that point, progress becomes easier. Let me also share a practical structure that you can apply every day. Identify your top 3 high-value tasks for the day. These should be tasks that directly impact your goals and create meaningful results. Write them down clearly and place them where you can see them. Start your day by working on the most important one. Give it your best effort without distraction. Once it is completed, move to the next one. This simple structure creates clarity and direction. It removes confusion and keeps you aligned with what truly matters. Over time, this habit will transform the way you use your time. Now, as you continue practicing this, you will begin to notice a powerful shift in your productivity. Your days will feel more organized and your results will become more visible. You will no longer feel overwhelmed by long lists of tasks. Instead, you will feel focused and in control. This clarity will reduce stress and increase your confidence. You will start to trust yourself because you are consistently completing what matters most. This builds a strong foundation for long-term success. And as you move forward, remember that setting priorities is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice that requires awareness and adjustment. Your goals may evolve, your responsibilities may change, and your priorities must reflect that. Stay flexible, but remain focused on high-value activities. This is how you make your 24 hours truly productive, by choosing wisely, focusing deeply, and committing fully to the actions that create real progress. Number 4, avoid distractions by controlling your environment and attention. Let me begin with a truth that many people do not want to accept, but it quietly controls their results every single day. Distractions are not just small interruptions. They are the biggest reason your time disappears without meaningful progress. You may sit down with a plan. You may have clear goals, but if your attention is constantly pulled in different directions, your productivity breaks down. This is not about lack of ability. This is about lack of control over your environment and your focus. If you do not take charge of what surrounds you and what you allow into your mind, your day will be shaped by distractions instead of your intentions. Now, I want you to observe your own environment very honestly. Look at where you spend most of your time. Notice the sounds, the devices, the people, and the small interruptions that happen again and again. Each one may seem small, but together they create a powerful pattern of distraction. A notification sound pulls your attention away. A quick check on your phone turns into several minutes of scrolling. A random conversation breaks your concentration. By the time you return to your task, your focus is already weakened. This cycle repeats itself throughout the day, and at the end, you feel like you worked but achieved very little. This is how distractions quietly take control of your time. Now let us move deeper into understanding why controlling your environment is so important. Your surroundings influence your behavior more than you realize. If your workspace is noisy, cluttered, or filled with distractions, your mind struggles to stay focused. On the other hand, when your environment is clean, quiet, and organized, your mind feels calmer and more prepared to concentrate. You must design your space in a way that supports your goals. This means removing unnecessary items, reducing noise, and creating a setting where your attention can stay steady. This is not about perfection. It is about intention. A well-prepared environment makes focused work easier and more natural. Now let me guide you through a practical way to take control of your environment. Start by identifying the biggest distractions that affect your day. Be specific and honest. It could be your phone, social media, background noise, or even certain habits. Once you identify them, take direct action to reduce their impact. Keep your phone away while working on important tasks. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Choose a place where interruptions are limited. These simple steps may seem small, but they create a strong barrier against distraction. When your environment supports your focus, your productivity increases without extra effort. Now we must talk about attention, because controlling your environment is only one part of the solution. Your attention is your most valuable resource. It determines how deeply you can focus and how effectively you can complete your tasks. even in a perfect environment. If your attention is scattered, your results will suffer. You must train your mind to stay present with the task in front of you. This requires awareness and discipline. When you notice your mind drifting, bring it back gently but firmly. Do not allow your thoughts to wander without control. Focus is a skill that improves with practice, and every moment of awareness strengthens it. Let me share an important observation that can change the way you approach your work. Distractions are often more appealing than important tasks because they provide instant satisfaction. Checking your phone, watching short videos, or engaging in casual conversations feels easy and rewarding in the moment. High-value work, on the other hand, requires effort and patience. This creates a natural pull toward distractions. You must recognize this pattern and choose your actions carefully. Discipline means choosing long-term results over short-term comfort. When you understand this, you begin to make better decisions with your time and attention. Now let us bring this into a real-life situation so you can feel the difference clearly. Imagine sitting down to complete an important task. Your workspace is clean. Your phone is silent. You begin working and your focus remains steady. Minutes pass and you make real progress. There is a sense of calm and control. Now compare this to a situation where your phone is constantly active, noise surrounds you, and your attention shifts every few minutes. The task takes longer, your energy drains faster, and your results are weaker. The difference between these two situations is not effort, it is control over environment. Now here is a powerful method that you can use to strengthen your focus throughout the day. Work in focus sessions where you give your full attention to one task for a specific period. During this time, remove all distractions and commit fully to your work. After the session, take a short break to relax your mind. This approach helps you maintain high levels of concentration without feeling overwhelmed. It also trains your brain to work deeply for longer periods. Over time, your ability to focus will improve and distractions will have less influence over you. Let me also address something important that often gets ignored. Controlling distractions does not mean isolating yourself completely from the world. It means being intentional about when and how you engage with it. There is a time for communication, a time for relaxation, and a time for focused work. When you mix these together without control, your productivity suffers. When you separate them with clear boundaries, your day becomes more organized and effective. This balance allows you to stay connected while still protecting your most valuable time. Now, as you continue to apply these principles, you will begin to notice a change in your daily experience. Your mind will feel less scattered, your work will become more efficient, and your results will improve. You will no longer feel controlled by distractions because you have taken responsibility for your environment and your attention. This is where real productivity begins, not with doing more, but with focusing better on what truly matters. Number 5, break big goals into small tasks and complete them daily. Let me speak to you with complete honesty, because this is where many people lose their confidence without understanding why. Big goals can feel exciting at first, but after a few days, they start to feel heavy and distant. You look at the size of the goal, and your mind begins to doubt your ability to reach it. This is not because the goal is impossible. It is because you are trying to carry the entire weight at once. When a goal feels too large, your brain reacts with hesitation, and that hesitation turns into delay. This is why many people stop before they even begin. The solution is simple but powerful. You must break that big goal into small, clear, daily tasks that you can actually complete. Now, I want you to understand the psychology behind this approach, because it will change the way you work forever. Your mind responds better to tasks that feel manageable. When you see a small task, your brain does not feel overwhelmed. It feels ready to act. This creates a sense of movement and progress. Every time you complete a small task, your brain receives a signal that you are moving forward. This builds confidence and motivation. On the other hand, when you only focus on the big goal without breaking it down, your brain feels pressure instead of clarity. That pressure often leads to avoidance. By dividing your goal into smaller steps, you turn confusion into direction. Now let me guide you through a practical way to do this effectively. Start by clearly defining your big goal. Be specific about what you want to achieve. Once you have that clarity, begin to divide it into smaller parts. Ask yourself what needs to be done first, what comes next, and what can be completed each day. Each task should be simple enough that you can complete it within a focused period. Do not make the tasks too large or vague. The goal is to create clear actions that you can follow without confusion. When your tasks are clear, your execution becomes stronger. Now, here is something important that I want you to pay close attention to. Completing small tasks daily is not about speed. It is about consistency. You do not need to rush or try to do everything at once. What matters is that you show up every day and complete what you planned. This daily progress may seem small in the moment, but over time, it creates powerful results. Each day of consistent effort brings you closer to your goal. This is how real success is built, not in sudden bursts of effort, but in steady and disciplined action. Let me bring this into a real-life perspective so you can feel it more clearly. Imagine you have a large project that feels overwhelming. You keep thinking about it, but you delay starting because it seems too much. Days pass, and the pressure increases. Now imagine breaking that same project into small daily tasks. One day you focus on research. Another day you prepare a section. And the next day you refine your work. Each day you complete something specific. Instead of feeling stuck, you feel progress. Your confidence grows because you can see your work taking shape. This shift from overwhelmed to clarity is the result of breaking down your goal. Now, let me share a powerful insight that many people overlook. When you complete small tasks daily, you build a habit of finishing what you start. This habit is extremely valuable. It strengthens your discipline and improves your self-trust. You begin to believe in your ability to follow through. This belief is essential for long-term success. Without it, even the best plans will fail. Small daily actions may seem simple, but they train your mind to stay committed. Over time, this commitment becomes part of your identity. Now, we must also address a common mistake that people make when breaking down goals. They create too many tasks without clear direction. This leads to confusion and scattered effort. To avoid this, your tasks must be connected to your main goal. Every action you take should move you forward. If a task does not contribute to your progress, it should be removed. This keeps your focus sharp and your energy directed. Clarity in your tasks leads to clarity in your results. You must always know why you are doing what you are doing. Now let us talk about the emotional side of this process, because it plays a major role in your consistency. When you complete a small task, you feel a sense of achievement. It may be quiet, but it is real. This feeling encourages you to continue. It creates a positive cycle where effort leads to reward. On the other hand, when you leave tasks incomplete, you feel frustration and doubt. This negative feeling weakens your motivation. By focusing on small daily completions, you create a steady flow of positive reinforcement. This keeps your energy strong and your mindset focused. Now, as you continue with this approach, something powerful begins to happen. Your big goal no longer feels distant or impossible. It becomes a series of steps that you are actively completing. You start to see progress in real time. This changes your relationship with your goal. It is no longer something you hope to achieve in the future. It becomes something you are building every single day. This shift in perspective increases your confidence and keeps you engaged in the process. And as you move forward, remember that success is not about making one big move. It is about making small, consistent moves that add up over time. When you break your goals into daily tasks and complete them with discipline, you take control of your progress. You remove confusion, reduce overwhelm, and create a clear path to achieve. This is how you make your 24 hours productive, by turning large ambitions into simple actions that you can execute every single day. Number 6, use time blocks to stay organized and maintain deep focus. Let me bring your attention to something that silently destroys productivity, even when you have good intentions and strong goals. Many people start their day with a list of tasks, but they move through those tasks without any clear structure of time. They jump from one activity to another, they pause frequently, and they lose focus without realizing it. At the end of the day, they feel busy but not effective. This happens because their time is not organized. Time blocking is a simple but powerful method that gives structure to your day and protects your focus. It tells you exactly what to do and when to do it, which removes confusion and builds discipline. Now understand this clearly because it can completely change how you work. When you assign a specific block of time to a task, you create a boundary. During that time, your attention belongs only to that task. You are not deciding what to do next. You are not switching between activities, and you are not reacting to distractions. You are fully engaged in one clear objective. This focused approach increases the quality of your work and reduces the time it takes to complete it. Instead of spreading your energy across many things, you direct it into one task at a time. This is how deep focus is developed. Now, let me guide you through how to apply time blocking in a practical and effective way. Start by looking at your day and identifying the most important tasks that require your attention. Then, assign each task a specific time block. Be realistic about how long each task will take. Do not rush this process because accuracy matters. Once you set your time blocks, treat them as commitments. When a block begins, you start the task without delay. When the block ends, you stop and move to the next one. This creates a rhythm in your day that keeps you organized and consistent. Now, here is something important that you must understand about deep focus. It does not happen instantly. When you begin a time block, your mind may still be scattered from previous activities. You may feel the urge to check your phone or think about other tasks. This is normal, but you must stay with the process. Give yourself a few minutes to settle into the work. As you continue, your focus will strengthen, your thoughts will become clearer, and your attention will become more stable. This is the moment where real productivity begins. Deep focus allows you to work with clarity and precision. Let me share an observation that many people ignore, but it affects their performance every day. When you switch between tasks frequently, your brain loses efficiency. Each time you change your focus, your mind needs time to adjust. This constant shifting reduces your ability to think deeply and slows down your progress. Time blocking eliminates this problem by keeping you on one task for a dedicated period. You reduce interruptions and maintain continuity. This allows you to complete tasks faster and with better quality. It is not about working harder. It is about working smarter with structure. Now let us talk about how this feels in your daily life. Imagine having a clear schedule where each part of your day is planned with intention. You know when you will work, when you will take a break, and when you will move to the next task. There is a sense of control in that structure. Your mind feels calmer because it does not have to make constant decisions. You are not guessing what to do next. You are following a plan that you created with purpose. This reduces stress and increases your confidence. You begin to trust your system and rely on it to guide your actions. Now, I want to give you a method that can strengthen your time blocking practice even further. At the end of each time block, take a short moment to refresh. Ask yourself if you stayed focused and if the task was completed effectively. This reflection helps you improve your future blocks. If you notice distractions, You can adjust your environment. If a task takes longer than expected, you can plan better next time. This small habit of review adds a layer of awareness that makes your system more effective over time. Now, here's a valuable insight that will help you stay consistent. Time blocks should include both work and rest. Your mind needs breaks to recover and maintain focus. When you plan your day, include short breaks between your blocks. Use this time to relax your mind, stretch your body, or step away from your work. These breaks are not a waste of time. They are essential for maintaining high performance. When you return to your next block, your mind feels refreshed and ready to focus again. This balance between effort and rest keeps your energy stable throughout the day. Now, as you continue to practice time blocking, you will begin to notice a shift in your productivity. Your work will become more organized, your focus will become deeper, and your results will improve. You will no longer feel scattered or overwhelmed because your day has a clear structure. Each task has its place, and each moment has a purpose. This clarity allows you to use your time more effectively and achieve more with less effort. And as you move forward with this approach, remember that time is one of your most valuable resources. When you learn to organize it with intention and protect it with discipline, you take control of your life. Time blocking is not just a technique. It is a way of thinking that values focus, structure, and consistent action. This is how you turn your 24 hours into a powerful tool for success. Number 7, learn to say no to things that waste time. Let me start with a truth that many people avoid because it feels uncomfortable, but it directly affects your success every single day. Every time you say yes to something that does not matter, you are saying no to something that truly matters. Your time is limited, your energy is limited, and your focus is limited. If you give these valuable resources to activities that do not move your life forward, you will feel busy but empty at the end of the day. This is not about being rude or distant. This is about being clear and responsible with your time. Learning to say no is one of the strongest habits you can build if you want to make your 24 hours productive. Now, I want you to reflect on your daily decisions with honesty. How often do you agree to things that you know are not important? It could be unnecessary meetings, casual distractions, or requests from others that do not align with your goals. In the moment, saying yes feels easy. It avoids discomfort and keeps things smooth. But later, you feel the pressure of lost time. You feel the weight of unfinished tasks. This pattern slowly weakens your progress. Saying yes without thinking creates a life where your time is controlled by others, instead of being guided by your own priorities. Now let us go deeper into why saying no is difficult for many people. There is often a fear of disappointing others or missing out on something. There is a desire to be liked and accepted. These feelings are natural, but they should not control your decisions. When you allow these emotions to guide your choices, you lose control of your time. You must understand that respecting your time does not mean you are rejecting people. It means you are valuing your purpose. When you say no to something that wastes time, you are protecting your ability to focus on what truly matters. Now, let me give you a practical way to build this habit without creating conflict or discomfort. When someone asks for your time, pause for a moment before responding. Do not answer immediately. Take a second to evaluate if this request aligns with your priorities. Ask yourself if this activity will help you move forward, or if it will take you away from your goals. If it does not add value, respond politely but firmly. You can say that you have important work to focus on, or that your schedule is already planned. Clear communication allows you to protect your time while maintaining respect. Now, here is something important that I want you to understand clearly. Saying no is not about rejecting everything. It is about choosing wisely. There are moments when saying yes is necessary and valuable. The key is to make that decision with awareness. When you say yes, it should be intentional and aligned with your goals. When you say no, it should be based on clarity and purpose. This balance allows you to stay productive while still being connected to others in a meaningful way. Let me share a powerful insight that can change your perspective. Every time you say no to a distraction, you strengthen your discipline. You train your mind to focus on what truly matters. This creates a sense of control that builds confidence. On the other hand, every time you give in to unnecessary requests, you weaken your focus. You create a habit of reacting instead of leading. Over time, this difference becomes very clear in your results. One path leads to progress and growth. The other leads to frustration and stagnation. Now let us bring this into a real-life situation so you can feel the impact. Imagine you have a clear plan for your day. You know what tasks need to be completed? Then someone asks you to join an activity that does not align with your goals. If you say yes without thinking, your plan gets disrupted, your focus breaks, and your important work gets delayed. Now imagine saying no with confidence and staying committed to your plan. You complete your tasks, you feel accomplished, and your day moves forward with purpose. This simple decision creates a powerful difference in your productivity. Now I want to guide you into building a mindset that supports this habit. Start by valuing your time deeply. Understand that your time is directly connected to your future. Every hour you spend is shaping your results. When you see time in this way, it becomes easier to protect it. You begin to treat your schedule with respect. You become more aware of how you use your attention. This awareness helps you make better decisions in moments where you feel pressure to say yes. Now, here is another practical approach that can help you stay consistent. Set clear boundaries for your time. Decide when you are available for others and when you are focused on your work. Communicate these boundaries clearly. When people know your schedule, they are less likely to interrupt your focus. This creates a structured environment where your priorities are protected. Boundaries are not restrictions. They are tools that help you stay aligned with your goals. Now, as you continue practicing this habit, you will notice a change in how you feel throughout the day. You will feel less overwhelmed because your time is not scattered. You will feel more focused because your attention is not constantly interrupted. You will feel more confident because you are making decisions that support your growth. This sense of control is powerful. It allows you to use your 24 hours with intention and clarity. And as you move forward, remember that learning to say no is a skill that improves with practice. It may feel difficult at first, but with each decision, it becomes easier. You begin to understand the value of your time and the importance of protecting it. This is how you create a productive life. Not by doing everything, but by choosing the right things and having the courage to let go of what does not serve you. Number 8, review your progress daily and adjust your plan accordingly. Let me begin with a direct truth that many people ignore, even when they are working hard, every single day. Effort alone is not enough if you never stop to check where that effort is leading you. You can stay busy for hours, you can complete tasks, and still feel like you are not moving forward. This happens when there is no review of your actions. Without daily review, you are working without feedback. And without feedback, improvement becomes slow and unclear. If you want your 24 hours to produce real results, you must take time each day to step back, observe your progress, and adjust your plan with honesty. Now, I want you to imagine your day like a path that you are walking. If you never look around or check your direction, you may continue walking, but slowly drift away from where you intended to go. This is exactly what happens when you do not review your progress. You may feel active, but you lose alignment with your goals. Daily review acts as a checkpoint. It gives you a moment to pause, breathe, and ask yourself important questions. What did I complete today? What went well? What needs improvement? These questions bring clarity and awareness. And that awareness is what allows you to grow. Now let me guide you into a simple and practical way to review your day effectively. At the end of your day, find a quiet moment where you can reflect without distraction. Sit down with your list of tasks and look at what you planned versus what you actually completed. Be honest with yourself. Do not judge or criticize, just observe. Notice the tasks you completed with focus and the ones you delayed or avoided. This is not about blaming yourself. It is about understanding your patterns. When you see your behavior clearly, you gain the power to change it. Now, here is something important that you must understand about adjustment. Reviewing your day is only useful if you are willing to make changes. If you repeat the same plan every day without adjusting. Adjustment means learning from your experience and improving your approach. If a task took longer than expected, you plan better for the next day. If you notice distractions, you find ways to reduce them. If you felt low energy at certain times, you adjust your schedule to match your natural rhythm. This process of review and adjustment creates a system that becomes stronger every day. Let me share an insight that can change the way you look at your mistakes. When you review your progress, you will notice areas where you did not perform as expected. Many people feel discouraged in these moments. But this is the wrong response. Mistakes are not failures. They are information. They show you what needs attention. When you treat mistakes as lessons, you remove fear and replace it with curiosity. You begin to ask how you can improve instead of why you failed. This shift in thinking is powerful because it keeps you moving forward without losing confidence. Now let us talk about the emotional benefit of daily review, because it plays a strong role in your consistency. When you take time to recognize your progress, even small achievements feel meaningful. You feel a sense of completion and satisfaction. This positive feeling builds motivation for the next day. On the other hand, when you ignore your progress, you miss the opportunity to reinforce your effort. Daily review allows you to appreciate your work and stay connected to your goals. It keeps your mind engaged and your energy focused. Now, I want to introduce a structured approach that you can follow every day. Divide your review into 3 simple parts. First, identify what you completed and acknowledge your effort. Second, identify what did not go as planned and understand the reasons. Third, decide what you will adjust for the next day. This clear structure keeps your review focused and productive. It prevents overthinking and helps you take practical action. Over time, this habit will sharpen your awareness and improve your decision-making. Now, here is something that many people overlook, but it makes a significant difference. Your plan should not be fixed and rigid. Life changes. Situations shift, and your plan must be flexible enough to adapt. When you review your progress daily, you create a dynamic system that responds to real conditions. This allows you to stay effective, even when things do not go as expected. Flexibility combined with discipline creates balance. You stay committed to your goals while adjusting your methods based on experience. Let me bring this into a real-life situation so you can feel its impact clearly. Imagine ending your day without reviewing anything. You go to sleep with unfinished tasks and unclear thoughts. The next day, you repeat the same pattern without improvement. Now imagine taking 10 minutes to review your day. You identify what worked, you adjust your plan, and you start the next day with clarity. This small habit creates a powerful difference over time. It turns random effort into guided progress. Now, as you continue practicing this habit, you will begin to notice a deeper level of control over your time and actions. Your days will feel more connected because each day builds on the previous one. You will make fewer repeated mistakes and more intentional decisions. This creates a sense of direction that keeps you focused and motivated. You are no longer guessing your way through the day. You are learning and improving with every step. And as you move forward with this approach, remember that daily review is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about becoming better each day by understanding your actions and refining your plan. This is how you turn your 24 hours into a system of continuous improvement, where every day becomes an opportunity to grow, adjust, and move closer to the success you are working for. Number 9. Take short breaks wisely to recharge and stay productive. Let me tell you something that many people misunderstand when they try to become productive. They believe that working nonstop for long hours will bring better results. They push themselves without rest, they ignore signs of fatigue, and they expect their mind to stay sharp all day. What actually happens is very different. Their focus drops, their energy fades, and their work quality suffers. Productivity is not about working all the time. It is about working with energy and clarity. Short breaks are not a weakness. They are a necessary part of maintaining high performance throughout your day. Now I want you to pay close attention to how your mind and body feel during long periods of work. After some time, you start to feel tired, your eyes feel heavy, and your thoughts become slower. You may read the same line again and again without understanding it. You may try to continue, but your efficiency decreases. This is a clear signal that your brain needs a pause. Ignoring this signal does not make you stronger. When you take a short break at the right time, you give your mind a chance to recover. This recovery allows you to return with better focus and renewed energy. Now let us go deeper into what makes a break effective. A break is not just stopping your work. It is about how you use that time. If you spend your break on activities that drain your attention, you will not feel refreshed. For example, scrolling without purpose or engaging in stressful conversations does not help your mind recover. A good break should relax your mind and reduce mental load. This could be stepping away from your workspace, taking a few deep breaths, stretching your body, or simply sitting quietly. The goal is to create a moment where your mind can reset and prepare for the next task. Now let me guide you through a simple structure that you can use to include breaks in your day. Work in focus sessions where you give your full attention to a task for a set period. After that, take a short break to recharge. The length of your break does not need to be long. Even a few minutes can make a difference if used properly. During this time, disconnect from your work completely. Do not think about the task you just completed. Allow your mind to relax. When you return, you will notice a clear difference in your ability to focus. Now, here is something important that many people ignore. Breaks must be planned, not accidental. If you wait until you feel exhausted, your break becomes a reaction instead of a strategy. Planned breaks help you maintain consistent energy throughout the day. They prevent burnout and keep your performance stable. When you include breaks in your schedule, you create a rhythm that balances effort and recovery. This rhythm allows you to work with greater efficiency and less stress. Let me share an insight that can change your perspective on productivity. Your energy is more important than your time. You can have many hours available, but if your energy is low, your results will suffer. Short breaks help you protect your energy. They allow you to maintain a high level of focus and effectiveness. When you respect your need for rest, you improve the quality of your work. This is not about doing less. It is about doing better with the time you have. Now let us look at the emotional side of taking breaks because it plays a strong role in your consistency. When you work without rest, you may feel pressure and frustration building inside you. Your patience decreases and your motivation weakens. On the other hand, when you take short and meaningful breaks, you feel lighter and more in control. Your mind feels refreshed and your mood improves. This positive state allows you to approach your tasks with clarity and confidence. Breaks are not just physical pauses. They are mental resets that keep you balanced. Now, I want to address a common mistake that can reduce the benefit of breaks. Some people take breaks that are too long and lose their momentum. They find it difficult to return to work because their focus has shifted completely. To avoid this, keep your breaks short and purposeful. Set a clear time for your break and stick to it. This helps you maintain control and return to your work with ease. Discipline is important, not only during work, but also during rest. Controlled breaks support your productivity, while uncontrolled breaks can disrupt it. Now imagine your day with well-planned breaks placed between your focused work sessions. You work with full attention, then step away for a short moment to recharge. You return with a clear mind and continue your work with energy. This pattern repeats throughout the day, creating a steady flow of productivity. You do not feel drained or overwhelmed because your mind has time to recover. Your performance remains strong from morning to evening. This is the result of using breaks wisely. Now, as you continue practicing this habit, you will begin to notice changes in your overall productivity. Your focus will last longer, your work will improve in quality, and your energy will remain stable. You will feel more in control of your day because you are not forcing yourself to work beyond your limits. You are working with awareness and balance. This approach allows you to make the most of your 24 hours without exhausting yourself. And as you move forward, remember that success is not built by constant pressure. It is built by consistent and balanced effort. Taking short breaks wisely is a simple habit, but it has a powerful impact on your ability to stay productive. It keeps your mind fresh, your energy strong, and your focus clear, allowing you to perform at your best throughout the day. Number 10, end your day with reflection and plan. When your day is coming to an end, it is one of the most important moments for your growth and productivity. Most people rush through the evening or stop thinking about work entirely without evaluating what they did. If you want to make your 24 hours truly productive, you must dedicate time to reflect on your actions, decisions, and accomplishments. Reflection is not just thinking about what happened. It is actively observing your day with honesty and understanding. This gives you clarity about what worked well and what needs improvement. It allows you to take ownership of your actions and create intentional steps for the next day. Start by finding a quiet space where you can focus without interruptions. Sit down with a notebook or a digital planner and review your day in detail. Think about the tasks you completed, the decisions you made, and the moments where you felt productive. Ask yourself which activities brought real value to your goals and which ones wasted your time. Include your thoughts about how you felt emotionally and physically throughout the day. Understanding your energy levels, focus patterns, and emotional responses helps you recognize what conditions allow you to perform at your best. Now shift your focus to identifying lessons from the day. Consider challenges you faced and mistakes that occurred. Instead of blaming yourself or feeling frustrated, treat these experiences as feedback. Ask questions like, why did I struggle with this task? What could I have done differently? How can I improve tomorrow? This process transforms every small setback into a learning opportunity. Reflection is not about judgment. It is about awareness. Awareness creates knowledge, and knowledge allows you to make smarter choices moving forward. Next, use the insights from reflection to plan tomorrow intentionally. Take the priorities and lessons you identified and design your next day with clarity. Decide which tasks are most important, which require deep focus, and which can be delegated or delayed. Include realistic timeframes for each activity and schedule short breaks to maintain energy. Planning with reflection ensures you do not repeat unproductive habits. Each plan becomes sharper, more effective, and better aligned with your long-term goals. This is how small adjustments each day compound into significant progress over time. Now, let us consider the psychological benefits of ending your day with reflection. When you take time to analyze your actions, you feel a sense of control over your life. You are no longer drifting aimlessly from task to task. Instead, you end your day with purpose and clarity. This practice reduces stress because you are not leaving problems unresolved in your mind. It allows your brain to rest knowing you have acknowledged your work and prepared for tomorrow. Emotionally, reflection builds confidence because you see tangible evidence of your effort and progress, even if it is incremental. In addition, reflection strengthens your decision-making skills. When you review the choices you made throughout the day, you begin to recognize patterns in your behavior. You see what strategies led to success and what approaches caused delays or errors. This self-awareness improves your future decision-making. You learn to anticipate challenges, adjust your methods, and respond proactively instead of reactively. Over time, this habit builds a mental framework for efficiency, focus, and consistency in every aspect of your life. Now, let's talk about the practical steps you can follow to make this habit simple and sustainable. Start by allocating at least 15 minutes each evening for reflection. Break it into 3 parts. First, acknowledge your accomplishments and what you did well. Give yourself credit for effort and achievements. Second, identify areas for improvement without judgment and note actionable steps. Third, plan tomorrow's top priorities and the approach you will take for each task. This structure keeps reflection productive and prevents it from becoming overwhelming or abstract. Reflection also strengthens your discipline and consistency. By ending your day with deliberate thought and planning, you reinforce the habit of structured living. You create a rhythm where every day builds on the previous day and your actions become intentional rather than random. This continuous loop of reflection and planning cultivates accountability because you are tracking your performance daily. You begin to notice trends, make adjustments faster, and sustain high productivity levels without relying on motivation alone. Let me also emphasize the connection between reflection and emotional clarity. Throughout the day, emotions can influence your actions, focus, and decisions. When you take time to reflect, you become aware of how your mood and feelings affected your productivity. Perhaps fatigue or stress slowed you down, or a positive experience motivated you to perform better. Recognizing these patterns helps you manage your emotions more effectively. You can plan future tasks at times when your energy is highest and use strategies to manage moments of low focus or stress. Finally, reflection combined with planning creates a mindset of continuous improvement. Each night becomes an opportunity to learn, adapt, and prepare for greater success. You develop a habit of conscious growth instead of leaving progress to chance. Ending your day this way keeps you focused on results rather than busyness. You begin to understand that success is not built in a single day, but through consistent, deliberate action compounded over time. When you reflect and plan, you turn ordinary days into a powerful sequence of productive steps that move you closer to your goals.